Hostility towards journalists worldwide has been on the increase, as noted by United Nations organs and other organizations interested in the welfare of journalists. Between 2006 and 2020, over 1,200 journalists have been killed for reporting the news and bringing information to the public. In 9 out of 10 cases, the killers go unpunished. While killings are the most extreme form of media censorship, journalists are also subjected to countless threats ranging from kidnapping, torture, and other physical attacks to harassment, particularly in the digital sphere, impeding the free circulation of information, opinions, and ideas. The 2021 International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists draw attention to the low global conviction rate for violent crimes and threats against journalists and media workers. This year's campaign highlights the psychological trauma experienced by journalists. The number of journalists jailed globally because of their work hit an all-new high in 2020, owing to government's crackdown of COVID coverage or reporting of political unrest. At least 32 journalists were killed in 2020. Of those, 22 were singled out in retaliation for their reporting, while criminal gangs and militant groups target reporters working in dangerous but democratic regions. For example, on the 7th of July 2021, Peter Aldeveers, a prominent Dutch crime journalist known for investigating the criminal underworld, was shot and seriously wounded minutes after leaving a TV studio, central Amsterdam. He died a few days later. In its annual global survey, the Committee to Protect Journalists (CPJ) found on December 1, 2020, at least 274 journalists in jail in relation to their work, exceeding the 272 high in 2016. For the second year in a row, China tops the list of countries with journalists in jail, locking up as many as 47 journalists with long sentences from reporting the COVID-19 pandemic or the Hong Kong crisis. Turkey continues to try journalists free on parole while arresting new ones and their lawyers. Mexico has long been the most dangerous country in the West for journalists who operate amid a web of criminal gangs, drug cartels, human traffickers, and corrupt officials. In Ethiopia, as the political unrest degenerates into armed conflicts, authorities have continued to round up journalists, while Egypt have gone to great lengths to keep journalists locked up even when they weren't convicted of any crimes. Another CPJ report says that in Nigeria, between 1992 and 2021, 34 journalists have been attacked by authorities, while 12 out of that number have been killed. In February, 2 journalists were kidnapped in a manner that suggested journalists were the new toast of abductors, and in 2020, 5 journalists were kidnapped across different states in Nigeria. Despite that, the Special Advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, has said that the current administration does not support crime or impunity against journalists in the country. Journalists play a critical role in the society and need to be protected. Although killings of journalists have decreased by 20% between 2016 and 2020 compared to the previous 5-year period, ending impunity for crimes against journalists is one of the most pressing issues to guarantee freedom of expression and access to information for all citizens.